I was born and raised in Kalihi, all the way up at the end of the street. And I used to catch a bus to Sacred Hearts Academy, where I went. I went to St. Anthony's kindergarten. So that was right up the street at the end of Kalihi Street. And then after that, from first grade to graduation, caught the bus, 2 buses to Kaimuki to go to Sacred Hearts.
Yeah, I didn't know you were a private school girl.
Yeah.
How did you like Sacred Hearts?
It was good. I feel like, I mean, there are studies done that women do better in all girls schools. They say that if there are boys in the class, that maybe they get shyer to raise their hands. They get more, reserved. I don't know why that is, particularly in science and, math. So I feel like I thrived, and I feel like it made us, very bold females going to Sacred Hearts. And I'm glad, my grandma helped us go through school, and, I could have been, having a hard time over at Farrington like my sister had for a period. But, my boyfriend went to Farrington when I was a kid. He was a busboy over at Kenny's.
Oh, you just said that story
Kenny's
the other
Coffee
day,
House.
right?
Yeah.
He was the hot busboy.
The hot busboy at Kenny's. And there's no more Kenny's either at Camp Shopping Center.
Well, I guess you have to open up your own restaurant or something one day.
Yes.
That could be a good idea.
That's my exit plan,
Yeah.
Once I'm power with Hollywood, have my own little small place, have my favorite foods, my favorite drinks, and sing there every Aloha Friday.
Perfect.
That's my dream.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
So what kind of things did you do growing up? What were you into? Were you also into... Oh, you weren't into acting because you were discovered.
Yeah.
And then you got into acting. So what were you into before that?
I always loved creative writing. And it's so funny because now I'm writing a script for myself to shoot back in Hawaii. It's my 3rd script to shoot in Hawaii that hopefully I can get financing for this one. But I always liked writing, and I sang. So I went to my first singing lesson. Maybe I was like 11 years old, and then entered Brown Bags to Stardom, which was a talent contest, because you're too young. I'm going to explain to you Brown Bags to Stardom.
I remember Brown Bags.
Yeah, KIKI radio station.
That was like the whole...
Kamasami Kong.
That was before Hawaii Stars, right? Like that was like the talent competition.
Way before Hawaii Stars. That was probably the inspiration for it. But every high school would do their own competition, and the winner from that would go to Waikiki Shell. And we'd all compete, and whoever won got to do a show in Vegas or something like that. I don't know where it was because we never won. But I entered, I think it was like sophomore year and senior year, something like that. But Daniel Ho, my musical partner now, 2 Grammys. He's like, I don't know how many Grammys he's got. I can't keep track. He's got so many. But we met during that time as teenagers, and, have been friends ever since and continue to make music. But yeah, it started with Brown Bags to Stardom. I remember singing it. Did I sing at Ala Moana? I sang at Kahala Mall. I sang at, the military officers club with St. Louis Jazz Orchestra. And I was the singer, sang all these jazz standards with them. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So that's I guess, helped you get in front of people, and you were comfortable, and you had some entertainer genes inside of you already, right?
Yeah, well, I gotta say, every family get together, everybody was expected to bring food and bring a talent. So my cousins would get up.
Right?
Yeah,
of course.
And also, I think like plantation styles, like everybody comes in, whatever they can give. I saw Lanai was talking about like putting the food in the middle, everybody sharing. I think it's, share the entertainment, share the food, share the cleanup.
Yeah, exactly.
And we used to the kids have to get up and dance or sing or play something. So I had cousins that danced hula, and, my uncle was a jazz bass player in the Union. So he would have like Gabe Baltazar, amazing vibe guy, and, all these jazz players playing at some of his events too. So music was always around since I was a kid.
Okay, so you thought you were going to go in the route of being like a famous singer, and then you were just scooped up at the Waikiki show, like, you need to be an actress.
I really thought singing was going to be my thing. I thought I was going to be in like, the hotels and performing there, which I do now.
I know, which is so cool.
Too, because we were at Blue Note earlier this year, and probably early next year too. but we, I always thought that that was where I was going to go. And, I don't know anybody in show business. Why would I think I was going to do movies or TV shows? I mean, I wish I could have been on Magnum PI. But funny, when I was a kid, I always thought it was Magnum PI. I thought it was a Filipino show. It's a true story. I know, sorry, stupid. But yeah, I saw it in the TV guide. I'm like, oh, Magnum PI. Wow.
And PI short for Philippines, right?
Yes, I thought it was a Filipino show. God's honest truth. I shouldn't admit that on TV, but oh well.
Yeah. I wonder
Lolo.
if anybody else taught that growing up. Let us know.
Yeah, exactly. Let us know.
Magnum. That's funny. So after you were discovered in the grocery store in Waikiki at 17, you got your first big break. And then what did you do after that?
Yeah, so that, because it was like I got my Screen Actors Guild union card, and I made some money. Then I moved to Hollywood, and that was the Olympics of 1984. And there was a show there, Star Search, which was, they had acting, they had singing, and they had supermodel competition. So like the supermodel would be, hi, I'm Tia for, Star Search, yakety, blah, blah, blah. So I thought I was going to do that because I'd been modeling. It would be easy to do, but that was all full. So they put me in the acting competition. And the guy that I was partnered up with was worried that I couldn't act. So he put me with his acting coach because he didn't want me to make him look bad, right? Mr. Cool. But I ended up my acting coach, and I did well, but we didn't win our competition. Like it was like, I don't know, 3.25 to, I don't know, 2.75 or whoever, I don't know who we lost to. But I continued, and subsequently it was great because he was my coach through Wayne's World and True Lies and Rising Sun with Sean Connery. Yeah, rest his soul, he's no longer with us, but that was where I started learning, because I did my first movie just making pretend like I'm a shy local Hawaiian girl that falls in love with a Caucasian Casanova. And Andy Bumatai, I was Andy Bumatai's sister, and I was the leading lady of the film. And it was like Romeo and Juliet kind of, love story. So I was just making pretend and had no idea what I was doing. So when I moved to LA, I wanted to make sure I could study and be in control of this artistry that I realize now takes a lot of work and dedication.
And then at what point did you realize, like, wow, I can make this into a career?
Well, I mean, when I got cast in my first movie and got my first paycheck, I was like,
Oh, really?
hey, this is pretty awesome. And that was, that was scale, which is, I don't know, whatever it was, a week. But, it was the only job I ever had.
So
I did
from that
modeling, and
the
then
first one, you're just like, this is it.
Yeah, knock on wood, but thankfully 40 years later, it's still, show business is my job, acting, singing, dancing, whatever,